12 jumpers that will compete for the medals here at the World Athletic Championships Oregon 22, and that's exactly where you want to go, over that bar right in the middle. As we take a look at the jumping order, first will be Nadeska Dubovitskaya from Kazakhstan. We go down through Williamson, Carmen Bruce, who's just 17 years old. There's Oli Slagers. Mahuchik in the 5th position. You will not see her at the opening height. She is passed, along with the number 7 there, Safina Sudolieva. She also is going to skip that first height. And they're the last two, Amara Diston and Daniela Stanchu, to give you the group of 12 that will be competing here tonight for the World Championship medals. As we get ready now, the PA announcer here at Hayward Field getting ready to introduce our contestants. There you see the medals that presented immediately after the competition. They let them take their victory lap with those, and then they can get them back and get engraved and go meet the media, and then they'll have a really nice ceremony, play the national anthems for you. As we introduce, this is not the jumping order, this is just the introduction opener. Carmen Bruce of Estonia, first introduced, 3rd in the order. She's just 17 years old. That's ridiculous. Liana Apstolovsky from Slovenia, 3-time her country's national champ. She'll jump 4th in the order. Daniel Stanchow from Romania. She's going to be 12th and last in the lineup. She is the Romanian and the Balkan champion in 2022. Kimberly Williamson from Jamaica, personal best of 193. Jamaica has 2 competitors amongst the final 12. Safina Sudolieva, multiple national championships in her home of Uzbekistan. Then the second Jamaican jumper, Lamara Diston. She's had 6 really good jumps at 2 meters this season, still hasn't quite made it, so looking for that big breakthrough. 4-time the national champs in Italy, Elena Valertigara comes through. See that personal best, she's over 2 meters, 2:02. Nadeska Dubovitskaya of Kazakhstan, she's 1st in the order. She was 3rd at the World Indoor in Serbia, so she comes with global credentials. Elena Patterson, World Indoor, she was 2nd, out-jumped her countrywoman, Nikola Oli Slagers. Here's Irina Herachenko from the Ukraine. Certainly, like her countrywoman, Mahuchik has overcome a lot to be here. We'll touch on that. Basically been living out of a suitcase for the last couple of months. There's Oli Slagers of Australia, Neat McDermott, for those that remember her from Tokyo and the silver medal performance, and then Yaroslava Mahuchik, the favorite, the world champion indoor. A long road to get here. We begin in the order. Let's see, Oli Slagers, who we're used to seeing, she'll probably have that diary out recording every part of her jump and rating that as she goes through. And there's Nadeska Dubovitskaya from Kazakhstan, 24 years old, 8th ranked in the world. Personal best at that magic 2-meter mark. She's the area record holder. Bronze medalist at the indoor. Getting the competition started up at 184, 6.5 inch, and an easy clearance there. Not a lot to go into technically when you have that height. Not much of a challenge for her. Starts off with a circle on the card, gives way to Kimberly Williamson. She jumped 190 in qualifying, clean, and then missed 3 times at 193, which is her season best and her personal best. Williamson won the country's national championship. Low brush there. Stays up, good for her, but obviously she'll have some things to work on there technically. Jamaican who jumped here in the United States at Kansas State University. For those watching in the world, that's in Manhattan, Kansas, which is not anything like Manhattan in New York City. Move on now. Carmen Bruce, again 17 years old, from Estonia. She jumped 193 in qualifying to get here. That was her personal best. That was her season best. Comes to a major championship, delivers her best already. A lot to write home about, feel good about. The previous best had been 188, so she tacked 5 centimeters on that. Now she attacks this ball. Up right through and over for her at 184 to open. Each competitor, once they announce their name, has 1 minute to start their jump. You can start it over if you can do it quick enough, as long as you don't break the plane of that bar. Most of these athletes, though, have run that approach, run that J so many times that they're good to go each time. We're looking at Leah Apstolowski, Slovenia, 22 years old. Season best of 191. Gets over there. I'd like to see that perhaps be a bit more aggressive through the turn there. Seemed to slow a little bit on those last two strides of her approach, but good clearance there. Bar stays up. That's the object of the game. Feedback's pretty much immediate. Is the bar up? Good. Bar down? Bad. Here's Oli Slagers, who we've passed Mahucic. Oli Slagers, remember, really kind of the star of the show there in Tokyo in the Olympic high jump. Up and over, big clearance for her. She said had a little trouble with 193, and I think Gianmarco Tamberi, a really great jumper, had a chance to almost not get through, but that's a really great first clearance. Good knee drive there off the left side, carries her up and over, excellent height, hips over the bar, not an issue. The other Ukrainian jumper, after the pass by Sudalieva, brings us to Irina Herashchenko, 27 years old, from the Ukraine. As we said, she's been out of the country. She left her homeland, been in Germany and Portugal trying to train through this, been out of a suitcase for many months. Really some adverse conditions for her. Not a terrific clearance at that height, certainly not as much as she would hope. Now Patterson, I'm surprised with a great showing in Belgrade with her silver medal performance. Jumped 2 meters there at the World Championship indoor to get that silver medal. She comes through, boy, really winds up that inside arm to get up and over there. Good first clearance for her. Haven't had the bar go down yet. Arm over. So she winds up that right arm and then sticks it over. Don't want to get that too far down. That'll make the levers long, and now your legs got to try to catch up with that. If you're going to lead with that right arm up there like that, you want to stop it, not let it get way down back behind your shoulder. Patterson's through. Elena Valertigara now, 30-year-old from Italy, 10th in the world high jump rankings. She was 6th at the World Indoor Championships. 4 times her national champ, 22, 21, 20, 18, missed in 19. And here she comes through. Good long strides, good rhythm, up and over, easy for her. Good clearance there. So far, really solid. Daniela Stanchu now comes through. 34 years old. Championship experience. And the last one up gives us the very first miss. She's got 9 national championships total. And now, for the first time in this competition, we see Yaroslava Mahucic. She's entered the competition, and she says she's entered this competition with more determination than ever, knowing a good result would be good news for back home, make people smile. She's got the color of the eyeliner there of the yellow and blue of Ukraine. Big 3 long steps to start immediately, hard through the corner and then up and over. Great hip clearance, great leg position. Here you see that off the ground. See, that arm goes up, but it doesn't go behind her. She at least keeps it even. Stops it there and tries to bring it back in. The youngster Bruce next to go. The Estonian indoor and outdoor champ in 2022. He's 17th. in terms of best jump this season. There she's up and over. Good clearance for her. So until 2 days ago, that had been a new PR. She had jumped 188, came into the competition with a height of 188 as a PR. Managed to jump 193 in qualifying and now 189 here. So when they move up to the next bar. Finally, somebody welcoming the crowd in. Grab a little energy from the folks here at Hayward Field. Ollie Sloggers, 25-year-old Aussie. She was such a delight in Tokyo. Ran out there and jumped 202. That's right. Excited to be at a world championship. Excited to be in Eugene. Excited to jump well. Jumped 202 in Tokyo, and again up and over. Very clean. Very clean. Got on that layout position. Held it very nicely. Good timing, as you see, way out in front, though. Maybe you want to get just a tad closer to that bar and take that exceptional height and move it right directly over the bar. Sudalieva now. This would match her season best. She passed the first height. Made the second with a bounce. And there you go. Much cleaner there. Much better second jump than that first one. Sixth at the Olympic high jump, clearing 196 in Tokyo. Boy, ideal. Every part of that was good. Safina Sudalieva now. This is her first attempt, going at 189, passed at 184. And there's a little brush there. Yeah, a relief. Passing to save a turn is great, but you really want to make that then. If you don't want to waste it to pass and miss. And she brushed that just under her shoulders. Not terrific height on that, but you get up in the air, there's work to be done while you're up there. And you can tell the difference between somebody who's working it the whole way and someone after that bar's off and they just let it settle. Eleanor Patterson, we've got one Aussie over. There we go. Arm, 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 shoulders in. Feel that force. She's clean. I am fascinated by the windup of that right arm as she goes through there. You usually want to block those arms, stripping hard, and she just kind of goes there. And I don't know that it's for all the work that it looks like. I don't know how much force it's generating to help her get up. So we'll have two that are going to take a third attempt. Diston has not looked close. Stanchu looked like she had it in her. At least at this height, Stanchu looked like she can make this bar. Diston, based on what she jumped at 89, 193, looked like she could easily clear this. She's jumped 197 a couple of times. Both times she did that. Both in her U.S. Collegiate Conference meet and at the U.S. Collegiate National meet, she handled that. And those were on really wet, kind of ugly runways. Not ideal. Look at those spikes on the front. Two heel spikes, trying to put on the brakes, transfer that. Each one of those by Lamar Diston successively got poorer and poorer and poorer. And she will go out at 196 in ninth place in the competition. And in her last attempt, Stanchu unable to go as well. So she comes through, matches her season best at 193, 34-year Romanian. I'd have had that, but got it with her arm early. That's the thing, you lead with that arm. Knock that thing down. It's one of those things too where you work so hard, but you got to try easy when the time comes. Just tension and stress in the jump, and the muscles are the enemy. Can't press that. Last attempt.
for Dubitskaya. Dubitskaya got on top of it a little bit, not quite enough. Boy, she had a long night. 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 jumps. That's a full night's work to finish in 8th place. Ollie Sloggers, the Australian, just to better her season best, 196. She did that in Turku, Finland. There won't be a second global medal if she can't come through here. She got a bronze medal as well from the Commonwealth Games. Right now she sits in 4th position with Sudalieva, who has passed. Bars back up on the standards. They give you 4 meters of bar to work with. A little more than 13 feet across. She should have a lot of sport here in Oregon. The Australians are dressed like Oregon Ducks. Those are the colors of the home school where this Hayward Field is. They see that green, they see that yellow, they'll adopt you. Came through, up on top, oh, so close, way on top of it, and then just took it off on the way down. Her best attempt of the competition. That's a height she had made. Over, hips over, and then just coming down on it. And the fans behind her, that's great to watch, experiencing with her. She got herself up on top of it, knew it was close. Couldn't quite get her legs up and over and out of the way. Now we'll see if Hunter Patterson goes the same or brings it and makes it 4 over this bar. She and her countrywomen currently both tied in 4th place. They cleared every height till they ran into trouble here at 198. Patterson through the corner, and there she is, up and over. Answers the pressure. Patterson called and asked on the 3rd occasion, and this time it's those arms to drive up, and the knee drive is so much better. That looked like the other makes. Able to put it together. We'll start with Mahuchik, who has the best jump in the world this year. We're at 2 meters. She's the only woman over 2 meters this year. She's gone 2 meters 3 and takes that off early. So that's the first kind of little crack that we've seen from her in 2 days. She was clean through qualifying, clean through 4 bars here. Came down right on top of that. Keep that momentum to drive you through. And stalls out a little bit. And the next two, that's the only other 2 women that had jumped 198 this season. Geraschenko and Valo Tigara also remain in this. All those women also finished very high in the Olympic competition. Mahuchik was 3rd. Geraschenko was 4th. Patterson was 5th. Sudalieva, who jumps now, was 6th. So this is her first attempt at 2 meters, which is 6, 6 3/4 English measurement. But she's only got 2 attempts here. So now she'll have 1 left to try and stay alive and press forward. That again, got it with the Back of her shoulders goes into that a little soon. The other Ukrainian jumper. Irina Gerashenko. He's been to this championship before, 7th. Same there. Lacking height. Got to come hard off that curve, get off the ground, give yourself a chance. Maybe in a little close right there. Got that early. Tigara. Didn't make the final in Tokyo, didn't make the final in Doha, but not only did she make the final here, she's looking to be in the final one. Leads the competition with Mahuchik and can clear that and takes the solid lead now. There'll be some passes from here. Tigara, the Italian, 30 years old, 8-time the national champ, 4 outdoors, 4 indoor, won both of those this year. Once in February, once in June. Lovely clearance. Here's Sudalieva trying to stay alive her last attempt. She gets this. Not only would it keep her in the competition, be a national record. In Uzbekistan. She equaled her PB at 196, passed at 198. So this would be a big ask and a big clearance on the 3rd attempt. Got up there and laid out immediately and put her shoulders on the bar and knocked it down. So she goes out. She'll end up equal 5th, tied there with Ollie Slogers. And it leaves Gerashenko and Patterson right now in 3rd and 4th positions. Tigara, 3rd attempt. So good through the first 6 up through 2 meters. Will she continue to fight for gold? Or will this be the silver? Excuse me, the bronze. No. Great competition for her. Last World Championships in Doha, didn't make the final. Olympic Games didn't make the final. Here, not only does she make the final, she'll have one of those medals that's sitting down there. See if we can listen into what the officials are saying. They go to 2 meters 4. Had a great competition in the men's high jump between Wu Sang-yak and Muteza Barshim, and now we've got another 2-person show here in the women's. Yaroslava Mahuchik trying to match her Doha performance. Looks at that disappointedly, but not like it's impossible at all. Again, kind of starts to make that turn, and then those last couple 3 strides seem very straight at the bar. And so you take that momentum that you would like to push you a bit into the pit. Now you find yourself coming down the bar a bit. Patterson's first at 2:04. English Universe measures 6, 8 1/4. This will be her first attempt. This would be a new personal best. And this could almost assuredly be both hands on the gold medal. 6'8" and a quarter. On her way, winds it up. Good height. Good height. Got a lot of the bar with all of it, you know, straight there, and there, but not by a bunch. And there you see, I just want to look at this when they show that. Like, you know, it's one thing to miss the bar, but now they put a little sad face when you miss. Now look at Mr. Yuck over there. So here's Mahuchik, her moment. First time all competition, she's clapping and ask for the same. Try to channel some of the energy that's in this building. And she thinks if she can make this, it'll work. And not enough there. That was not as good as that first attempt. She knows that. It's like she reached a little on that last. Again, those last two steps, we want them quick, short. Last step, pop, pop. And you go back to her clutch clearance way back at 198. And then the 1 at 2 meters that spurned her into a great performance. She uses a lot of this runway. And this is a gigantic run up. No. She's run a wind sprint. That's a long, long run up. There's Mahuchik. She's got an Olympic bronze, a world championship silver, and an outdoor championship. Is this her golden moment? In through. Oh, so high. Great height, but not a clearance. It's a tremendous jump and then took it off. And Patterson, she's lacing them up. I don't know. Is she going to go? She's the gold medalist in Eugene. 2022 world champ. There she is right there, Eleanor Patterson. Man, happiness is knowing you can take a third attempt at whatever height it is. In this case, it happens to be 2 meters 4, but whatever height it is, and know that you have won the competition. She's either going to crush this or break the bar in half running through it. And trying to gather herself for one more. The gold medalist going to add to it. See what she's got. That long run. Up she goes. Yeah. I'll go with the latter. You think she cares? No. Drops to her knees. So after an intense 2-hour competition, started at 5:40. Here it is 7:40. Through 12 competitors, we sort them all out. And Patterson, who's surprised, quite frankly, with the silver indoor, even a larger surprise with gold outdoor. And there it is. That thing must feel weightless. I held Grant Holloway's earlier in the week. It doesn't have a ton of weight to it to begin with, but it's that thing's a feather right there. Eleanor Patterson, the world champ from down under. Maybe just needs to work on that curve a little bit, but my goodness, under what circumstances. It's a woman that had to take 3 days to travel to get out of the country to get to the indoor championships, and then has been living in Germany the last few months, trying to watch and take care of what's happening with her family back home. Gold would be great, but I'm not sure how many of us could do that well under those trying of circumstances. Final results: the gold, silver, and the bronze at the top. Patterson, Mahuchik, Geraschenko. Done so well, finishing up in 4th position, just as she did in Tokyo. Dubovitskaya, Kazakhstan, had a wonderful competition. for her. Everybody here now with the joy of knowing that made they a international final. So the women's high jump is finished, and it is a great competition. And the woman on top of the podium, the golden woman, is Eleanor Patterson.